Hi everyone, back at it with another one. So in this video we'll be talking about Nile crocodiles. So these are one of the most deadliest ambush predators on the continent of Africa and are the second biggest crocodilian species other than the saltwater croc. These guys can reach up to massive lengths of up to 5 meters and can weigh over 700 kilos, with the biggest ever captured being 6.1 meters and over 1,000 kilos in weight. That is insane. Now, with these guys and their huge size, they also have a very strong bite force. These guys' bite force is over 5,000 pounds per square inch, which breaks and obliterates bone and anything else it gets its hand on, its jaws on. But all that power is within closing, not within opening their jaws. Their jaws can easily be held shut. I wouldn't recommend it, as I've done it personally, and it is horrifying having that giant eye look you in the eyes. I can tell you that right now. So these giants are a dark bronze color which fades into blackish spots and stripes along their back, and on their belly is mostly yellow. So that allows them to break up their silhouette underneath the water when they are hunting food. So these guys are also basically bulletproof. Basically. As their hide has got bumpy, bony protrusions or osteoderms that protrude from underneath their skin, which creates armor. So yes, your lower caliber rounds will possibly bounce off them, but high caliber rounds still pass through them, unfortunately. So these guys are found all over Africa, from the desert regions of Egypt down to the foresty regions of the Natal down here in South Africa, and literally almost everywhere in between. So these guys are one of the most apex predators here, as we keep saying, where they will eat anything from frogs when they were youngsters up to the Cape buffalo or any form of buffalo, even giraffes, and even sometimes the unlucky juvenile hippo or juvenile elephant. That's how powerful these guys are. Like, yes, they may get a bad rep, and they do have their competitors, and they are scared of certain things. But when they get an opportunity, they will take it. As the biggest opportunities during the Great Migration, where thousands upon thousands of wildebeest, zebras, impala, everything cross the Zambezi River into the onto new lush grounds to feed and breed. That's where thousands of these crocs gather and will eat until there's nothing left that they can't eat. Even though they do that, a lot of the antelope still get across. So these guys, even though they are apex predators, they are farmed for their meat and their hide. Their meat for it's very low fat content, as it is very lean, and apparently is somewhat healthier than beef. And they hide for leather clothing. So your crocodile leather clothing, handbags, interiors, wallets, everything like that. But yes, so these giants, they make their nest mounds along like banks, almost near banks of rivers, where it's in spitting distance of the banks and everything. The females will lay then over 80 eggs in those nests, and she'll defend those eggs with her life. That is horrifying. It is extremely horrifying. But when the babies hatch, mom will go and dig up the egg, the juveniles, and take them to the water, and she'll take care of them for a bit. I think it's like a couple of hours or maybe a couple of days or whatever, and then they'll go on their own, as in they start the whole process over again, where they have to be extremely careful because they are not the apex predators just yet in that realm, and they've got to worry about everything from humans to birds to snakes to even other crocodiles. So yes, it is quite insane. But when they do reach adulthood, they are monsters. Like I say, I've had personal experience with these guys. I've worked with them at my very first facility and I loved it. So the most famous of all these crocs is a crocodile named Gustave. And he has been lurking in the Ruzizi River and Lake Tanganyika in Burundi for a very long time. So how he got his name is, there was a gentleman, I think it was Paul something, I don't really know off the top of my head. He named him after, well, he named him, and then a warlord during the Rhodesian genocide took on the name Little Gustave to inspire fear in the people he was ending. So Gustave probably got his taste for humans during that time, as they used to take a lot of these bodies and dump them in the Ruzizi, that was tongue twister, Ruzizi River and in Lake Tanganyika. So Gustave has been hunted before. However, he has survived. He has survived 4 gunshots, and we believe that those gunshots were from an AK-47, where they are predominantly on his head and somewhat onto the top half of his body, and they have left him with massive scars, helping him with his menacing look. Gustave is apparently is estimated in the photos, as you'll see that there aren't very many up close photos of this guy. The closest is maybe 3 meters away, and that is still scary that you got that close to that thing. He's estimated at over 20 feet or 6.1 meters long, and he's over 70 years in age, and that he has ended the lives of over 300 people. So yes, he has got quite an appetite, and because of his size, scientists believe that he goes after humans, as his body is too slow to go after the buffalo and the hippos and everything else. The last sighting of Gustave, however, was in 2004, where a camera crew went with some hunters to go and trap and remove him from the Ruzizi River. But however, that was the last time they were ever able to see him, because their trap was destroyed by something massive from the inside. The camera footage, they had a camera mounted in that cage. That camera footage is, you just see black. You see eyes and then you just see black. That cage is destroyed. So yes, he is still out there. I believe he's still out there, as something that big and mean, you're not going to get rid of him that easily. But yes, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, share, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.